Hey guys, it's MJ, and this is a general reading for the collective for October 24th using my latest deck. This is the Guardian of the Night Tarot. I just want to touch upon one thing real quick here about this deck. The cardstock is a 300 GSM. It's a high quality playing cardstock. It's very similar to what you would find in the casinos in Vegas. You know, they use a very high quality deck when at their tables, and that's very similar to what we're working with here. It's not a cardboard stock. I know there are several decks that you can find, especially cheaper decks with a cardboard stock. That is not what we're working with here. I like decks that I can shuffle, that I can feel the cards. You know what I mean? Where it feels like silk, where they just shuffle magically. And it's not a chore, or I don't have to like go like that. I like to be able to hold them in my hands, focus my energy on the question, and allow the cards to glide effortlessly. It's, you know, I find cardboard stock decks are harder for me to connect with. So when I choose my stock, I do go with a more flexible card. You know, to me, it's like this, it's similar to, say, fabric, right? Canvas is thicker, but it's not more valuable than silk, if that makes any sense. So it depends on what you like. Like for me, I design these cards for reading and connecting and getting into that space where I can communicate with the cards. So let's see what we have going on. And we start off, ooh, look who shows up right away. Ooh, I know what this is all about. At least for me, I know what this one's all about. So here we are. This is the energy that we're working with today. We're working with that High Priestess energy, tapping into your intuition, holding on. Don't make any rash decisions. Don't jump to any conclusions. Sit back. Just evaluate what's happening. You know, let your senses pick up on the energy that is around you. Just sort of hang tight. You know, this is a card about not taking action. This is about allowing information to come in, picking up on clues, letting your bat senses, your sonar, you know, move you in the right direction. You know, so this is not a time to just leap forward, right? This is not a time to go, okay, well, you know what, I'm just going to work on the information I have and just hop right to it. No, this is a time to gather. This is a time to hold back, resist that urge to take flight. This is a time for you to really connect with your intuition. What signs are you being offered right now? Are you picking up on those clues? Are you picking up on the symbols? Are you hearing the same song over and over? Are you seeing the same words, you know, whether it be like on the side of a building or on a street? You know, are you getting the clues that the universe is sending out to you? So, you know, if I went with just my impulse this morning, I would throw in the towel. I would say goodbye making tarot card decks. I'm sure there's a lovely company out here in Seattle that would love to have me as an associate. But instead, you know, I'm just going to hang tight. So this is, you know, think about how impulsive you are today. You know, think about how you would benefit from just allowing things to unfold naturally and picking up on the energy that is around you. So let's see what we have going forward for our external influence. This is something that is coming towards us. It could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be just, you know, something that you're not expecting, but yet there it is. Well, this is nice. So this, you know, by holding back, by not jumping the gun, what will happen is you will find that you'll find support. You'll find that there is a sense of acceptance from perhaps other people or your peers. You're going to be put into a position where you do become a leader. You know, when I see these two together here, you know, it is that ability to resist jumping in, that ability to just allow for information to come in, to weigh everything, you know, giving it all the information, the space it needs, for you to tap into that intuition that will lead you to an experience, or at least encountering somebody who's going to show you how to be victorious, how to overcome whatever obstacle that you're facing right now. So pay attention to the signs that you're being offered, because they are going to move you in this direction. They're going to help you connect with whoever this energy of the Six of Wands is. So this could be somebody who has walked down your path before and can help you. It could be somebody who is just an inspiration for you. So pick up on the signs. Like if you start hearing songs from somebody that you're like, oh yeah, I forgot how much I love that artist. Well, maybe there's a story with that artist that will help you in your current situation. So let's see what we're dealing with as far as the obstacles that we put in place for ourselves. This is where our inner saboteur can throw a wrench in a situation. This is that obstacle that is often self-made, or at least one that we can create in our minds a place where it's so much bigger than it actually is. So let's see what we're working with. Here we have the Nine of Swords. So right now, there's a lot of anxiety around a situation. You may be concerned about your future, about how you're faring, if you're doing everything right, you know. The energy of this Nine of Swords is, it is that of a parent. It's that of someone who cares so deeply for someone else, and that there's just, they wake up in the middle of the night fearful that they're not doing enough, that they're not doing the right thing, that they're not being the best who they can be. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? Especially those of you who are parents, you know that fear. Like, you know, when you, especially if you do a big move, you're like, oh God, how is this going to impact my child? And so that energy, and see how peaceful, like this child here, this little baby cub has no worries in the world. It has no concern for anything other than the love of the parent. And it's that parent that wakes up in the middle of the night, anxiety ridden. It's that parent that worries if every choice is the right one. So here, that is what we're struggling with right now. We want to make sure that we are working in the right direction, that we're making the right choices, and we're just second guessing ourselves, right? That's what this card is all about. That second guessing, that sitting up going like, oh, wait a minute, what if I did things differently? And it just causes so much stress. So here, you know, we're at this time where we're like feeling all this stress. We've got all this anxiety happening, right? And we're constantly worried about what's the right move here. That's what this anxiety is. Or did I do something right? Did I do something wrong? And I love that this High Priestess is coming in for this weekend to tell us to just chill out, to just absorb life, let it all come in, you know, let the air move around you. Connect with your senses. Connect with the emotions that are around you. Connect with those who are around you. And it's going to lead here to this individual or to a situation that is going to inspire you, that's going to help you find that place where you feel as though you too have the potential to rise up and be successful. So let's see what wisdom comes up. look who shows up again. It's that honey badger. And if you remember from a couple days ago, that's really interesting because I have definitely been messing around with my deck, and this honey badger shows up again in the wisdom. And this honey badger is coming up to say, move forward when you feel confident. After you get whatever signals you get, after you get this place where you feel at peace with the energy around you and you are confident with the information that you've received, when the time comes to act, do so with courage, do so with conviction, and do so like a honey badger. Don't give up. And that's, I think, the key here is to get from this space here of being at peace, of connecting with your intuition, finding that inner guide that you have within, that we all have within, right? We have this wonderful presence within us that will be there, that will be our compass, that will move us in the right direction. It is that sonar. It's like the bats that can find the flies through the dark, you know? It's like use that echolocation with whatever it is that you want to attract or connect with, you know? Use your inner senses. And when you are ready to take flight, when you are ready to let go, connect to that energy of the badger and do whatever it is that it takes to find success. Let this person, whoever shows up here, be your inspiration. Let this person who sits up here and shows what it means to be a true leader, a leader for all people, somebody who has conviction and integrity. Look to that person for inspiration. And that, I feel like that will help you dissolve these 9 swords here, or at least it will help you create peace in your mind so that when anxiety does begin to rumble up, and it never really goes away, we all have anxiety over something or another. At some point or another, we're all going to have anxiety. But when we are surrounded by such positivity here, it helps dull the sharpness of those swords. You know, we don't want to not be aware of things that are dangerous, or, you know, you can't go through life, you know, never second guessing, but you have to know when the second guessing is becoming problematic, when the second guessing is taking over. So allow space for you to contemplate what you have going on in this world, to connect with that intuition. Maybe there is a little, you know, bell that's ringing in your head that's saying, oh, you know what, maybe I need to take care of this, right? And that's what's causing the anxiety. Let your intuition guide you there. You know, if it's telling you to take a weekend off, take a weekend off. If it's telling you to get up and get right to work at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, let that be your guide, right? It's going to take you in the right direction. But whatever you do, once you get that clear vision for what you need to do, once you feel at peace and you know that you're getting that download from the universe, have at it. Go towards it like a honey badger. Do not quit. Focus your attention on whatever it is that you desire. Don't let other distractions get in the way, and go after it. So, and you too will find your happy place and success. So let's see what the Urban Crow brings. This deck is slightly thicker because it is an oracle deck. There aren't as many cards. So shuffling is a little bit easier because there aren't so many cards. Okay. And what do we have here? Self-interest. So the crows come by this morning asking if all this anxiety, all this holding back, are you concerned about only yourself? What's going on here with the resources around you. Yeah. So you may be feeling like, oh my God, I've got to start taking care of things. I've got to start taking care of myself. I've got to start putting everything in order, right? But don't forget those around you, because I think those are the people you're going to need to help you find this victory. You know, when you're looking at this person here for inspiration, look at how they interact with other people. You know, what are their motivations? And so that's what I kind of get here with this self-interest card coming up, is examine your motivation. What's moving you forward? Is it just to be victorious? Is it just to have that place in the sun there, you know, in the victory circle? Is it just to avoid anxiety, right? Get a clear vision for what you want. You know, maybe you do need to be a bit more selfish right now. Maybe you're not being, or I shouldn't say not being more selfish. Maybe you're putting the needs of others ahead of your own, and then it's causing almost this sense of resentment. So think about how self-interest can play, like what it means for your situation. Are you letting your own self-interest dictate what's happening? You know, are you putting your needs over others? Maybe that's what's causing some anxiety. You know, maybe that's what's causing you to wake up, because you're suppressing that feeling all during the day, but then at the nighttime, when it comes up, you start feeling that stress that comes from not looking out for other people. This is something to consider. Anyway, sorry if I went long on this, but here are the cards for today. Starting us off with the energy that we are working with at this present moment. We are working with the energy of the High Priestess. We have coming to us an external influence that is the Six of Wands. So we will find somebody who is an inspiration that will show us that success. And being a role model, a leader, is very possible. That we have within us that ability as well. Look to that person for inspiration. An obstacle that we may be facing is the Nine of Swords. And that's where our anxiety keeps us up in the middle of the night. That's where we wonder if we're making all the right decisions, if we're second guessing everything so much. Maybe that might be causing us to feel a bit muddied in our decisions. And now that's what's bringing this High Priestess forward, because we need to connect with our intuition. And the wisdom that the Guardian of the Night brings is when you do find the target that you want, when you do get a clear vision for what it is that you want to achieve, you need to go after it with the full gusto of a honey badger. The crows do ask that you consider self-interest right now. What is motivating you? Is it helping others? Is it being a leader for all? Or is it just to rise up and be successful for your own needs, your own gains? So much love and peace. And I'll see you maybe tomorrow, if not Monday. Bye.